So now let us move on to the algorithm. This algorithm is midpoint circle drawing algorithm. Okay, and the equation for the circle is x square plus y square equal to r square. Taking the r square into LHS, equation will become x square plus y square minus r square. Okay, now this circle equation is assigned to a function of a circle, f circle of xy. This is a circle function in terms of x and y, and the value of circle function is x square plus y square minus r square. Okay, it is nothing but r square from the RHS is taken to the LHS. Now if the value of circle function is less than 0, if this circle function's value is less than 0, then that xy point, when you substitute the values of x and y to this equation, if the value of the equation is less than 0, then the point xy lies inside the circle. That point xy is lying inside the circle. But after substituting the values of x and y in this equation, if the equation satisfies to 0, that means the value of the equation is 0, then that xy point lies on the circumference of the circle. It is a xy point which lies on the circle boundary. And if after substituting the values of x and y, the equation has a value which is greater than 0, then that is an xy point which lies outside the circle boundary. So if the equation's value is less than 0, then it is an inside point. If it is greater than 0, then it is an outside point. And if the value satisfies to 0, then that xy point lies on the circle boundary. So we have to calculate all those xy positions, which when substituted in this equation gives you the value 0. Okay, now let us move on to the detailed version. Suppose we are going to plot the points on the screen. From this figure it is clear that the first point plotted is at position xk, yk. Now we have already seen that xk values are used to represent the column values and y values are used to represent the row values. So this is the first pixel, and clearly the first pixel is plotted at position xk, yk. There is no doubt. What about the second pixel? Part of the circle passes through this pixel, at the same time it also passes through this pixel. So confusion arises whether to select this pixel or to select this pixel. But we know in either of these two cases, whether this or this is selected, x is always xk plus 1. But what about y values? If I am selecting this pixel, then the point will become xk plus 1 yk. But instead of this pixel, if I am selecting this one, then the point will become xk plus 1 yk minus 1. So in both these situations, there is no doubt that the value of x is previous value of x plus 1, that is xk plus 1. Confusion is only regarding the y values, whether to select yk or to select yk minus 1. So now we know that the first point is plotted at xk, yk. But the second point can either be xk plus 1 yk or xk plus 1 yk minus 1. Among these two pixels, which pixel will we select? So this confusion will be solved. Okay, so we are going to consider the circle equation x square plus y square minus r square, and this equation is assigned in a function f(xy). So this is the circle function f of xy. Now we know that in this equation the value of x is confirmed, which is xk plus 1. In either of these two cases, if we are plotting this pixel or this pixel, value of x is always same, which is xk plus 1. So in this equation we will be substituting the value of x as xk plus 1. What about the value of y? Y can either be yk or yk minus 1. So to solve this confusion, I am going to take the average of these two values. That is, average means adding these two values together and the sum will be divided by 2. So let us take the average. So the value of y will be y is equal to average of these two values, that is yk plus this one, yk minus 1 by 2. 2 times yk minus 1 by 2, which is 2yk by 2 minus 1 by 2. That is 2yk by 2. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. You will get yk minus half. So the average of these two values will be yk minus half. So we now know the values of x. X is xk plus 1 and y is the average of two y values, which is yk minus half. Substituting these two values of x and y in this equation, we will get f of xy is equal to x square will become xk plus 1 the whole square. That is this value. Plus y square will become average value, which is just computed now, yk minus half. Y square will become yk minus half the whole square minus r square. So now we have substituted both the values of x and y. Now this function, circle function, is the same as pk, the decision parameter pk. So what is the value of pk? Pk is same as f of xy. Therefore I can write pk is equal to xk plus 1 the whole square plus yk minus half the whole square minus r square. Now what? As we did in the Bresenham line drawing algorithm, we are going to calculate the next decision parameter pk plus 1 from pk. So I am going to compute pk. The value of pk plus 1 can be computed by substituting xk by xk plus 1 and substituting yk by yk plus 1. So what it will become? Xk plus 1 the whole square will become xk plus 1, that is xk became xk plus 1. All are same, the remaining are same, plus 1 plus 1. So it became xk plus 1 the whole square plus yk became yk plus 1. Yk plus 1 minus half the whole square minus r square. So the equation of pk plus 1 is xk plus 1 the whole square plus yk plus 1 minus half the whole square minus r square. So now we know the values of pk and pk plus 1. Once these two values are computed, I am going to subtract the value of pk from pk plus 1. So next line we will write pk plus 1 minus pk. So first write the value of pk plus 1. From this value we will be subtracting the value of pk. So minus the value of pk. So this is the value of pk plus 1 minus value of pk. Now let us expand it. Xk plus 1 the whole square plus yk plus 1 minus half the whole square minus r square. Minus of this term will become minus xk plus 1 the whole square. Minus of this will become minus yk minus half the whole square. Minus of minus will become plus, and it is plus r square. After expansion, minus r square and plus r square will get cancelled, and we will have only 4 terms remaining. This one, this one, this one and this one. Only these 4 terms are remaining. Out of this, we know that xk plus 1 means next value of x. Yk plus 1 means next value of y. We know that next value of x is current value of x plus 1 from the above situation. This is next value of x. In both the situations, next value of x is current value of x plus 1. So there is no confusion regarding x values. So I am going to substitute xk plus 1, that is next value of x is equal to xk plus 1, which is current value of x plus 1. So in the above equation, this substitution is to be done. So equation becomes xk plus 1, that is value of xk plus 1, then this one plus 1. So xk plus 1, which is next value of x, plus 1 square, the whole square, plus yk plus 1. I am not substituting the next value of y because there is a confusion regarding the next value of y. Okay, so I am just writing it as yk plus 1 minus half the whole square minus xk plus 1 the whole square minus yk minus half. All the remaining terms are same. Just I made a substitution of this value. So now I got this result. From this result, I am going to rearrange the terms. Look what I am going to do. There are three terms, xk plus 1 plus 1. Out of these three terms, these two terms can be used in a combined format. Let this be a separate term. I am going to expand it in the form of a plus b the whole square, where the value of a is xk plus 1 and value of b is 1. So a plus b the whole square. Value of a is xk plus 1, value of b is 1. So a plus b the whole square will now be expanded. So a plus b the whole square is a square. A square is xk plus 1 the whole square. Plus 2ab. 2 into a into b. So 2 into xk plus 1 into 1. Plus b square. That is 1 square 1. So first term is expanded. This term is expanded. Where this is used as a plus b the whole square. These two combinedly are used as the value of a. Now yk plus 1 minus half the whole square, it is written. This is written minus xk plus 1 the whole square and minus yk minus half the whole square. So after expansion, xk plus 1 the whole square and minus xk plus 1 the whole square, these two terms will get cancelled. And the remaining value is pk plus 1 minus pk is equal to 2xk plus 1 plus 1, this term and this term. So again we are having 4 terms. Now I am going to solve the value of yk plus 1, that is next value of y. We know that when pk is negative, we will be plotting next value of y as yk. And when pk is positive, next value of y will be yk minus 1. So in this way, this confusion will be solved. So depending on the sign of pk, either yk will be plotted or yk minus 1 will be plotted. Okay, so we are going to substitute the value. From this equation, pk plus 1 minus pk is equal to this whole thing. I am going to take the pk to the right hand side and the equation will become pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2xk plus 1 plus 1 yk plus 1 minus half the whole square minus yk minus half the whole square. Now in this equation, if pk is negative, then next value of y will become yk. So I am going to substitute. First I am going to find the value of pk plus 1 when pk is negative. I am going to find this value pk plus 1 when pk is negative. So pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2xk plus 1 plus 1. Next value of y will be yk minus half the whole square minus yk minus half the whole square. So when yk plus 1 is substituted as yk, both these terms became same. This is plus term and this is negative term. When these two terms will get cancelled, remaining values will be pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2xk plus 1 plus 1. So this is the equation of pk plus 1 when pk is negative. I have just rewritten the equation as pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2 times xk plus 1 means next value of x is current value of x plus 1. This means current value of x plus 1. It can be written as next value of x. Xk plus 1 is current value of x plus 1, which is same as next value of x. So this can be written as 2 times next value of x plus 1. So just rewritten the equation. Now I am going to find the value of pk plus 1 when pk is positive. Pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2 times xk plus 1 plus 1 yk plus 1 minus half the whole square minus yk minus half the whole square. In this equation, Next value of yk plus 1, next value of y will become yk minus half when pk is positive. So pk plus this value plus next value of y will become yk minus 1 minus half the whole square minus yk minus half the whole square. Now again here are 3 terms, and let us rearrange. Take minus 1 by 2 here and minus 1 here. The equation will become pk plus 2 times xk plus 1 plus 1 yk minus 1 by 2 minus 1 the whole square. Just rearranged these 2 terms. Minus 1 the whole square minus yk minus half the whole square. After rearranging the term, let us group them once again. Taking yk minus 1 to yk minus half together and keeping this term separate, let this be of the form a minus b the whole square. The value of b is 1 and value of a is yk minus half. So now this is of the form a minus b the whole square. I am going to expand a minus b the whole square. A minus b the whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So in the next line, pk plus 2xk plus 1 plus 1 yk minus half is the first term. A square will become yk minus half the whole square. Minus 2ab is minus 2 into a into b, that is minus 2 into yk minus half into 1 plus b square, that is plus 1 minus this term. After expansion, yk minus half and minus yk minus half, these 2 terms will get cancelled off, and what you will get is pk plus 2xk plus 1, then this 1, again you will get 1 more plus 1, and this term minus 2 yk minus of minus plus 2 and 2 will get cancelled plus 1. So after crossing off, the terms you are getting is pk plus 2xk plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 minus 2yk plus 1. In the next step, these 2 will be combined together and written as plus 2. pk plus 2xk plus 1 plus 2 minus 2yk plus 1. Now I am going to group these 2 terms. In both these terms, minus 2 will be taken outside. So pk plus 2xk plus 1 minus 2 into, from this term if minus 2 is taken out, it will remain only yk. From this term if I am taking minus 2, it will have minus 1. So that when I am combining these 2 terms, I will get minus 2 yk plus 2. So these 2 terms are combinedly written as minus 2 into yk minus half. Then the last term 1. So this is the value I am getting, pk plus 2 times xk plus 1 minus 2 times yk minus 1 plus 1. Now what is the value of x? What is the meaning of xk plus 1? This means next value of x. What does this mean? Yk minus 1. Next value of y. So I am rewriting the equation as pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2 times the next value of x minus 2 times the next value of y plus 1. So in this way we are having 2 equations for pk plus 1. This equation will be used when pk is positive, and this equation will be used when this equation will be used when pk is negative, and this equation will be used when pk is positive. Okay? Now, to start the algorithm, we require the initial decision parameter, and the initial decision parameter is represented by p0. Now I am going to compute the value of p0. Remember, using Bresenham's midpoint circle drawing algorithm, the first point you must plot should be 0r. This point should always be remembered. Using this algorithm, when you are trying to plot the first point on the circumference of the circle, the first point that is to be plotted should be 0, r. Okay. So now I am going to write the equation. Function of xy is equal to f of xk plus 1, yk minus half. That means this is the function f. X comma y means value of x. Value of x is current value of x plus 1, and value of y is yk minus half. Yk minus half is the average of the 2 y values. So x is taken as xk plus 1 and y is taken as yk minus half. In this equation, when the value of x becomes 0 and value of y becomes r, equation can be written as f of 0 plus 1 comma r minus half, which is f of 1 comma r minus half. Using the values of x and y in the equation, we know that circle equation is x square plus y square minus r square. Value of x is 1, so x square will become 1 square plus y square will become r minus half the whole square minus r square. X square plus y square minus r square. Again expanding it, this term will become r square plus 1 by 4 minus 2r into 1 by 2. That is, this term will be squared r square. A square minus 2ab. Minus 2ab is minus 2 into a into b. 2 and 2 will get cancelled and you will get minus r. And then b square. B square is 1 by 2 square. That is 1 by 4. Okay, then this term. After expansion, plus r square and minus r square will get cancelled. And the remaining terms are 1 plus 1 by 4. 2 and 2 will get cancelled and you will get minus r. 1 plus 1 by 4 is 5 by 4. So 5 by 4 minus r. And now this 5 by 4 is approximately taken as 1. Not exactly equal to 1, but can be approximately taken as 1. So 5 by 4 minus r is approximately written as 1 minus r. So now I am going to write the value of P0 as P0 is equal to 1 minus r. Okay. Now with this information, let us move on to the algorithm, midpoint circle drawing algorithm. According to this algorithm, first you have to identify the radius and the center of the circle. If you are implementing this algorithm using a programming language, then first you have to read the values of center of the circle and the radius from the user. Once you know these two values, algorithm says the first point that should be plotted on the screen should be 0, r. This is already told to you. This is the first point to be plotted. Now to move on to the next step, we have to calculate the value of initial decision parameter, and initial decision parameter is represented by P0. It is calculated using the value 1 minus r, where the exact value is 5 by 4 minus r. But for our convenience in calculation, we are taking 5 by 4 as approximately equal to 1. So P0 will be computed using the equation P0 is equal to 1 minus r. Once the first point is decided and the value of P0 is computed, let us move on to the next step. Now we have to repeat certain steps, and in each iteration the starting value of k should begin from 0, and in each iteration we have to check whether the computed value of pk is negative or pk is positive. If the value of pk is negative, then plot the next point of xk as current value of xk plus 1, and next value of y will be yk itself. So the plotting point is xk plus 1 yk, and next value of pk, that is pk plus 1 is equal to pk plus 2 times the computed value of xk plus 1. Okay. Now if pk is positive, then you have to plot the point as xk plus 1 yk minus half. That means next value of x becomes current value of x plus 1, and next value of y becomes current value of y minus 1. And similarly, pk plus 1 can be computed using pk plus 2 times the computed value of x minus 2 times the computed value of y plus 1. So in this way, in each iteration, that means in each value of k, you have to obtain the next values of x and y, and depending on these you have to calculate the values of pk plus 1 also. When each time you compute the values of x and y, you have to determine the symmetry points in other 7 octants, which I have already told you. That means once if an xy value is computed, using automatic computation, you can also obtain the remaining xy positions in other 7 octants. So each time when an xy value is computed using this equation, you have to also find all the remaining xy positions in other 7 octants. Okay, so once all the xy positions in every octant is calculated, that means using the algorithm you will be calculating xy position in the first octant, and using automatic computation you will be, that means using 8-way symmetry, you will be computing all other xy values in other 7 octants. After that, every value of x and y should be added to xc and yc. That means the exact value which is to be plotted will be equal to the value which is computed plus xc. X plus xc will be stored in x and y plus yc will be stored in y. This is the computed xy value and this is the center of circle xc yc. So plotting point will be obtained only by adding computed value of x plus circle center xc, and plotting point value for y will be obtained by adding calculated value of y plus yc. And this whole process, step number 3, 4 and 5 should be repeated until the value of x becomes greater than or equal to y. So you can stop only when x becomes equal to y or x becomes greater than y. Until one of these conditions becomes true, you have to repeat all this process. In every time, in each iteration, you will be calculating values of x and y, you will be calculating values of p, k plus 1. And for each xy, you have to obtain the symmetric points using 8-way symmetry. And for each values of y, you have to add xc and yc with that. Clear? And finally, you will be able to plot all the pixel positions on the circumference of the circle. Thank you.